Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Diddy tried to wipe this picture off the internet. The rapper, now accused of a string of depraved crimes, posted pictures of the August 1st, 2014 party to social media, but swiftly deleted them, according to multiple reports at the time. Among the stars who attended the celebration were Diddy's then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and then newlyweds Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Also present was pop superstar Justin Bieber, as well as supermodels Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, and Kendall Jenner. Actors Zac Efron and Jared Leto, with reality stars Kris Jenner and Paris Hilton rounding out the starry guest list in the Lux locale.
Well, it's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, like all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Why is no one talking about how this just fled the country after her name was all over the Diddy guest list? More importantly, what she revealed before disappearing. Watch this.
Shark Tank, of course, it's been on a long time, and you can kind of tell by what they're falling for now.
Our company's Boom Boom, and we're seeking $300,000 in exchange for 10% of our business. Sharks, we have a new best friend for your nose. Tropical Rush is our best seller. There's a base of menthol and peppermint in all of them. Woo! Woo! There you go. That's really good.
Next week on Shark Tank, an intervention.
Now I understand why people hate her.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody. If some of the accusations are true, that kind of covers things. You know, when folks vanish. Isn't it just like part of the gig? Like, here's a for instance. Like, your bit about Puffy.
How you're going to connect these two dots?
That bit is like, look, you don't have any real personal beef with Diddy, but it's got to go down. The bits are there. I'm a gold miner. I just found some gold.
You're right. Maybe I'm a sociopath.
It's not that you're a sociopath. It's just that that's part of the gig.
Yes.
Like, you're not a sociopath with your friends.
No, I think I'm maybe an empath.
Yes.
But I guess it's one of those things where, like, you justify, you go, okay, if there's, I think this person might have done something bad.
Yes.
And he can get jokes, and we're all going to tell jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not pressing fucking charges.
Well, not only that, you're not the guy who's out there, like, calling the New York Times, hey, you know what I heard about Diddy?
By the way, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're just like, it's there. I mean, it's not just there.
Yes.
It's everywhere. My fucking news feed is dominated by it.
Yes.
Fox News, CNN, everyone. There's raids at Diddy's house. Who was the guy that was running around with a sports bra on? Did you see that one dude?
No, this is in L.A.?
Oh, my God. I got to send you this.
While the raids are happening?
Yeah. He got caught up in the raid, and he was yelling, I'm a celebrity. I'm a celebrity. It was like one of the most hilarious clips. Hold on. I'm going to find you this. It's so funny.
What appears to be a black sports bra.
Let me see.
He's wearing a sports bra. Hold on. We're going to play it.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
Saucy.
Look at this.
Wearing what appears to be a black sports bra, red tights, and the performer's signature trim beard and long eyelashes.
Yeah, this is Saucy
The music
Santana.
artist was
Yeah, look at him.
This guy's,
look at
oh,
him.
wow. Saliva on the beard is crazy.
Saliva on
He
the
definitely
beard.
came from a Diddy party.
Yeah. Well, he was at Diddy's house.
I bet he was.
So I guess Diddy just kept people at his houses because he's got multiple houses, and he's just had freak out part. Look at him. Look at Saucy Santana. Go, Saucy.
Yeah. No, Saucy's crazy. Have you seen Saucy twerk?
I didn't even know Saucy existed until I saw that video.
Oh, Saucy can throw it down.
This is Booty by Saucy Santana.
Saucy.
Oh, Jesus, Saucy.
I love
Give me
it.
some of this.
I don't even know if it's Diddy's artist, but Saucy's like a popular figure in
They're
music.
staying at his house.
No, Diddy's in a tricky situation.
Boy,
Diddy's in a
that's the
tricky
understatement
situation.
of the year.
Yeah, Diddy's I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think it's over for him as like a figure in entertainment.
Right. But do you
Like,
think it's over as him as far
going
as
to
like
jail?
he gets a cell right next to R. Kelly?
I don't think so. I don't think he gets locked
I think he
up.
skates.
I think he skates. Or he goes to
Really?
like Bali.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a move, huh?
I mean, Russell's out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Is he been formally charged, or does he just know that the shit is out there?
I think there's just so much shit out there.
Bro, I think those rappers did some wild shit.
I mean, it was,
Especially in the 90s.
Music business. It's a lot of people.
It's not just the music business. It's like, it's the extortion business.
Well, I mean, the rap game was crazy. That's a thing a lot of people don't realize is like, back in the day, especially like early rap game, you weren't just going to play at, what's the random theater that you would play in LA? What's like a big theater? I'm trying to think. The Orpheum or something like that.
Wiltern.
The Wiltern. Some guys were explaining to me, it was like, you would play at the local hood club. There was like a hood club that you could perform at. And then that was owned by the local drug dealer that was washing money there.
Right.
So this is where the idea of like checking in comes from. Have you heard of this term?
Yes.
Like checking in was basically like, hey, I want to make sure we're good because you're going to pay me. And if I don't check in, you might rob me because you're putting me up at the hotel and you know everything that's going on. And you're a drug dealer. So you don't play by the rules.
Right. When you come to Houston, you're checking in with certain people.
Mr. Prince.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prince.
Yeah.
You don't got to check in, Joe.
You got to check in, say
Joe
hi.
don't got to check in.
I'm not in that business. I say hi.
You've had him on here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a legend in the game,
He's a
dude.
legend. Out of respect, I say hi.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So what is like, yeah. How does a guy like him, like I'm trying to think, like how do you navigate that to the point where people have this like respect and fear because of what they assume you've done in the street world.
Right.
But you're also operating legitimately.
Yeah.
And nobody can get you.
They
Like,
try.
They try.
Boy, they
nonstop.
tried with him many times.
And do you think they just give up?
I don't think they have anything. If they had something, they would have brought it. If they have something on a guy like that, they try to get him.
That's the thing.
But
with,
he's clever.
Oh,
He's playing many levels. He's like one of those dudes. You ever see a chess tournament where a guy walks in and there's 10 different players and he just walks and goes to each move and goes to the next board and makes a move, goes to the next board, makes a move, and he beats everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
So where does a guy like that learn that? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Streets.
Yeah.
He learns that. I mean, it's all about keeping people close.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Giving respect. Getting respect.
Yeah.
Making sure that you cover all your statements.
Yeah, like if you say something, you have to make sure you do it.
You cover it. Yeah.
100% of the time. And there's probably times in his life where he's went, like if it's poker, he probably went all in a few times. Not in terms of money, but like this decision makes or breaks me.
Yeah.
I wonder how many make or break moments he's had.
Well, it depends on what's actually true and what's not true in terms of accusations. Because when someone does abracadabra,
See you later.
folks vanish.
Yeah, that's effective. That fear is effective, man.
100%.
Yeah.
And it should be. Because, listen, all the shit that's going on right now in the world, in America, we get so soft and we think none of that shit's going to happen. What's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of rumors are flying.
Right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that. These are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
You got problems.
with dudes with guns and body armor.
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff. They were there to delete everything. Like the real people that were in there,
Oh,
like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's fun. Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
It's fun to talk about.
It is fun to talk about. It's hard to know what's true. But
Who knows?
People genuinely love it when someone like Diddy gets caught, though. The glee that people have is weird.
Why?
Because he's too successful. Also, it's like there was always so much East Coast, West Coast shit that's still like in the zeitgeist, like with Biggie and Tupac, and they were all hating at each other, and they both got killed, and There was a lot going on. And then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
Speaking of, I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of.
What thing?
About that they were there to delete stuff.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? You know who said Luke from 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah, when Luke from 2 Live Crew is leaving early, like, you got a wild party. If what's happening is too fucked up for Luke from 2 Live Crew? Like, check, please. There's so many different stories. Who knows?
What are you gonna do?
I'm not doing that.
We're not involved in them. I was
involved.
never at Diddy's party. I don't even know the motherfucker.
We're out
I don't
here
want to know nobody.
telling jokes.
Nobody.
Telling jokes.
Like I told you.
Having fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Smoking dope, cracking jokes, making people.
That's
everything
it.
else is background music. And living in LA, you have all this shit that's going on around you. That's what you have your life, and then you have all this shit that goes in and out of your ears all fucking day, and you're like, I just want to do stand-up.
You also have those celebrity environments where celebrities all get together, and there's so many of them, and these wild parties. And if you got a wild party, and P. Diddy puts on that wild party, and he sets everybody up. Like, if you were an intelligence agent, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose,
And get the cameras
get them the
rolling.
yayo, get them the yayo.
And everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps.
When Cassie Ventura took the stand, you could hear a pin drop in that courtroom. Everyone knew this moment was coming, but nobody, not even Diddy's legal team, was truly ready for what she was about to say. After years of staying quiet, years of holding these stories inside, Cassie finally had her day to speak, and speak she did. She started small. That's what made it so effective. Cassie began by describing how she met Diddy when she was just 19 years old. He was already a major player in the music industry, a millionaire many times over with connections everywhere. She was a young model hoping for a music career. The power difference was massive from day one. And according to Cassie, Diddy knew exactly how to use that power. Her testimony built slowly, like a horror movie where you know something bad is coming but can't look away. First came the smaller control issues, how he allegedly demanded to know her whereabouts at all times, how he would show up unexpectedly if she was out with friends. Then came the career control, how she claims he would threaten to shelve her music if she didn't comply with his demands, how he allegedly sabotaged collaborations with other artists if he felt threatened. The most shocking part? Court transcripts show Cassie described how Diddy allegedly installed tracking software on her phone. She testified that he would sometimes call her minutes after she arrived somewhere, knowing exactly where she was. She claimed he gradually cut her off from friends who might put ideas in her head about leaving him. One by one, her support system allegedly disappeared until Diddy was all she had. The judge had to call for order 3 separate times during this part of the testimony. Diddy couldn't seem to control himself. He was shaking his head, whispering loudly to his lawyers, making faces that the jury could clearly see. Each time the judge warned him, he'd compose himself for 5 minutes before starting again. It was like watching someone who's never been told no suddenly realize they can't control the situation. Then came the moment that changed everything. Cassie pulled out her phone and handed it to her attorney. They projected text messages and emails onto a screen for the entire court to see. The look on Diddy's face? Pure shock. He clearly had no idea she had kept these messages all these years. Messages where he allegedly apologized for violent outbursts. Messages where he supposedly threatened her career if she told anyone what happened. Messages that directly contradicted statements his PR team had been putting out for years. But those messages were just the warm-up. As Cassie continued her testimony, she began describing physical assaults that allegedly took place throughout their relationship. The courtroom went completely silent as she detailed being thrown against walls during arguments. She described an incident where she claims he pushed her down a flight of stairs at a rental house in Miami. Most disturbing of all, she testified about multiple occasions where he allegedly hurt her until she nearly lost consciousness, only stopping when she would go limp.
I personally felt like Diddy was kind of an iPad kid during moments of the trial. He was given an iPad by his attorneys to look at, specifically related to the case. It's just interesting. He has reading glasses and he will put them on kind of randomly. I don't know if there's a method to it. I don't know. Maybe he is reading something and I just can't see it because he's further away. But it just seemed a little random. Sometimes they'd be on, sometimes they'd be off. So the first day, the researchers were like, they'd be on and then they'd be off at random times, to the point where we're like, we don't even know if there's a prescription in these, if these are even reading glasses. And then he would always put them on the desk, put them back on, put them on the desk, put them back on. It was a very feeling is how they felt. It was, do I feel like I want to put my glasses on? And then the second day, he started putting them up on the top of his head and then putting them down, putting them at the top. Maybe we're overanalyzing absolutely nothing. But the way that Brian Steele would kind of tippy tap on the iPad next to him, gave iPad kid, there's this fascinating moment on day one of trial, the very first day that jury selection begins, right before the jurors come in. At this point, it's just the judge, the court personnel, defense team, the prosecutors, and members of the press. The jurors are about to walk in that door. My researcher was like, Brian Steele reaches over, beep boop bops on the iPad. Beep boop bop, front camera turns on, and they just see Diddy on the iPad, because it's the camera. The front camera's turning on, and he's wearing his reading glasses. And then Diddy proceeds to lift the iPad up 4 or 5 inches and looks at himself before putting it down. There's nothing deep about it. I'm sure he's just trying to make sure nothing's on his face for when the jurors actually come in. But they said it was so weird.
It's a fascinating visual.
Yeah, like Brian Steele is older than Diddy, but he's over there beep boop bopping on the iPad for Diddy.